Well, this is a rainy Sunday video. Kicking it old school YouTube videos with me. I have not made a video on any of these in a long time. And a lot of subscribers came for these model cars. Majority of the subscribers on this channel came for like the key fobs and the keys when I was much younger and always making videos on that kind of thing. That phase, I guess you could call it, kind of subsided, but the model car phase still kind of hasn't. I haven't really done too many new cars. A lot of these are kind of like cars when I was younger, like when I was like customizing these. So you have to bear with me on some of these cars. But there's a lot of videos if you go back on this channel. Oh my goodness, like I had a white Durango I should have never got rid of because that was worth a lot of money. A scale 118, it was a pretty cool model, but the windshield was cracked, blah, blah, blah. So I just got rid of it, sold it to someone. I had like a green Ford Mustang, like a SN95. I really like SN95 Mustangs, but anyway, what I'm trying to get at is we're just going to do this because it's a rainy Sunday, can't really do anything, and all of these things have collected so much dust. I was just quickly wiping them off, and I don't know if you can really, okay, well, I guess this, you really can't see how dusty it is, but these things were caked in dust, had so much dust on them. So we're kicking it old school. We're going to do a model car update. As crazy as that sounds, but let's go ahead and get right on into it, because there's a lot, and these two are new. That's honestly about it. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. I'm just going to try and make this as short and sweet to the point as I can. This is not really part of the collection, even though it is a similar scale compared to the cars. But anyway, this I've had since I was, I don't even know, like 10. This is apparently, I just did a quick Google search on it, and it's called the brand is Treehouse Kids, and it's a Ford Bronco, and apparently these were made in 2008. Apparently they're very rare if you have like a one in the box and not destroyed by like a 9 or 10-year-old kid, that being me. But this thing used to have doors, and it used to have a tire rack, like a tire on the back, and it came with a boat. I do recall the boat, but obviously I don't have it. But again, this is actually pretty rare because I guess limited production, and it used to have like a bull bar attachment thingy on the front. Apparently they're pretty rare, but this one's beat. I mean, it's seen much better days, but this I just keep around because I've had this for so long. Like I said, since I was like a little kid, probably even younger than 9 or 10 years old. These three here, I don't know what I want to do with these. I kind of just bought them to buy them, you know what I mean? I have like little for sale signs because I would sell them if somebody would be interested. There's a Lexus, a C7 Corvette, and a Ford Explorer Sport Track. Oh, and this one still has the like accessory in the back that you can flip the tailgate down and flip this out as like a bed extender. But yeah, I would sell these if anybody wants. Here is the newest one. This is a Pontiac Trans Am, one of my personal, like in real life favorite cars, the black and the gold. Here is another little one that I recently got. This is a Chevy Cheyenne, which I lowered, as you can see. There's no springs. It used to sit like this, and then I just lowered it. This is actually a pretty cool model for I believe it's a Maisto. Yeah, and Maisto is kind of a iffy brand. They're not bad, but they're just kind of, cheap. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. Moving on, this car trailer I've had for years. Again, when I was younger, I was big into, hooking like a car up to, this trailer and putting like this on it and strapping it down. Again, little kid stuff, but I still have that. This Hess truck, I took the batteries out because I didn't want the batteries to corrode in it, but I still have this. This is a 2004 Hess truck, which I have lifted in the front. I just stretched the springs, put a little hitch on it, put a wiper on it, and that rack I put on years ago. Chevy Avalanche. This is a pretty cool truck. The tonneau cover is removable, and it's actually in pretty nice shape. I remember bidding on this on eBay when I was, I don't know, pretty young, like 16, and there's like listings for them like 80 to 100 bucks, and I got that one for like 20 bucks on a bid. That was a pretty cool find. This Chevy Suburban, this is very rare and has a pretty pricey price tag with it. This is some type of like outfitter. This is like a pre-lifted model that you can buy. It used to have a big ranch hand on the front and a light bar. I didn't like that, so I took that off. All the doors open, the tailgate opens, everything is openable. It came with a little trailer hitch. It's extremely detailed. I mean, look at the leaf spring pack in there, if you can even see that. Kind of. And it is a 8-lug, so this is based off of the 2500 Suburban. This is a pretty rare and cool truck. This Chevy Silverado I've had for years, like 14, since I was 14 or 15 years old. And I put a trailer hitch on it, as you can see by how much glue is on there. That's how many times I broke it off with loading this trailer onto this truck and putting heavy ass model cars on it, and it would snap and I'd just glue it, and it would snap and I would just glue it. I put dual exhaust on it and a Chevy Truck Legend sticker on the back, and then loaded the bed full of crap to make it kind of look like a work truck kind of thing. As you see, this truck has seen better days. The mirror cap is missing. It's scratched. It's got glue on it. Like, this thing has seen better days. But again, with each car that I have in my mind, like, what I would want it to be. Like, that was supposed to be a work truck. You know, when I was younger, that's the type of thing that I would do. And then here we have a Chevy Silverado 3500 dually. This is a pretty rare truck as well. Under the hood is a Duramax, like actually scaled. If we pop the hood on it, again, there's the Duramax under there. These are pretty rare and have a nice little price tag to them. Again, I don't want to sell too many. I mean, I really don't want to sell any, but again, I'm limited on storage, but I would love to keep adding to this collection. Since I have been doing this since I was, very young, like 10, you know, all these cars have been around for a long time. So now this front half is done. We'll move along to the back half and this tow truck. Okay, and these are all dusted off now. So let's see. This one I'm kind of trying to remember. I know I won this on a bid because it was dirt cheap because I already had one. So I'm like, oh wow, this one's, I believe it was a bid, or it was just like a buy it now. I've had this one for maybe like 2 or 3 years. It's just a pearl white Escalade compared to the kind of pewter-ish, kind of gray Escalade I have. This one I left the steps on and just put a little hitch on the back. And if you notice, I don't know if anybody has noticed, see the tags, how they're all Maryland plates? Each car has a Maryland tag on them, which I always thought, you know, because I live in the state of Maryland, I always thought that was pretty cool. And like, you know, I want to buy some more of those like little cutouts for this truck, and you know, but every car has a Maryland tag. And you might be asking, why do you have like an earbud thing on the sunroof? Well, when I was younger, you're gonna have to bear with me, because these sunroofs are removable, and to tilt them, what I would do is I would put this, I would put this under the sunroof as like a, oh, and I just dropped it inside the car. But I would put it on the roof of the car in between the sunroof as like a tilt, you know what I mean? Sorry, just bear with me because I'm trying to do this because I haven't done it in a long time. There we go. Okay. And I would do this as a tilt, as you see. And I would do the same thing for the Monte Carlos, because take the glass, because the glass is not removable, and the glass just so happens to match up with the Monte Carlo size glass. You just prop it. Oh shoot! You just prop it like that. I mean, it looks a little jank, but when I was a young kid, you know, I'm like, oh, I want the sunroof to look like it's open. So the sunroof is now open, and only the Escalades and like this Blazer here. This Blazer sunroof does open, and it kind of tilts by itself because it's like a more modern model car. Okay. Okay, put my finger there. So see how you can like, but it barely tilts though. Like that's its tilt. And if you get it just right, see how it's tilted, and then you can slide it all the way back, which is pretty cool. I mean, but these just have the removable top. It didn't, you know, obviously slide or anything, and I wanted it to look like it could tilt or, you know, be off like the sunroof's open. And the Monte Carlo, I would do the same thing. But I'll leave that on that car for right now. But yeah, my two Escalades, this one, I removed the steps and I put like a dual exhaust on it and the trailer hitch. This one's in more rough condition. The mirror was knocked off and I glued it poorly back on when I was younger. This I've had for probably about 3 years. This is just a new Chevy Blazer. And the drive shaft spins underneath it. This one's pretty detailed. But like when the wheels spin, the drive shaft spins, all the doors open and stuff. But yeah, this is, I think it's like a 2020 model, or it's based off of a 2020. But yeah, this Yukon I've had since 2019. I got this for a Christmas gift because I used to have a white one. They make a white, black, and a green one. And I used to have a white one, but the wheel snapped off on the back when I was a younger kid, and I just threw the whole thing out. Dumb mistake, because these are apparently worth a lot of money too. But now I have a black one I got as a Christmas gift. Again, I just put a little trailer hitch on it. This one doesn't have a sunroof, but you know, whatever. Bronco, like a newer style Bronco, I got at like BJ's Wholesale Club. And now we're moving on to, this boat I've had for a long time. But as you see, the trailer hitch, you just slip the boat on, and that's what I would used to do as a little kid. So, again, I was big into towing stuff. Here's this Monte Carlo. This is probably my favorite car, even though it does not look the prettiest. But I've had this since, I've had this for like 10 years. It was a stock Sun, oh god, what is the model name, the company? It'll come to me, but it did not have these wheels. It did not have the two-tone interior, and it had like a whole bunch of stuff that I added to this as I was getting into the model cars. And then I painted the engine to make it look like my Monte Carlo with the silver, like to be like a supercharger. As you see, the motor mount is broke. It needs to be re-glued. But again, this was supposed to be my, to look like my Monte Carlo. And with the same diamond spoke wheels and everything, and the exhaust I redid to make the tips stick out further. Like this I've had since like 2015 or 14. I've had this car, and I changed the wheels, the interior, the exhaust. I painted some stuff on it. Like, I've had this thing for a long time. This Monte Carlo, I can't remember how long I've had this. I've had it for a few years, probably like a year or two. It's just a Intimidator, and it has the supercharged cover on it. And then this C8 Corvette, I've got at like the same time I got this. I'm recalling that now. And then here is the Chevelle. I've had that for a few years. And then this model, I took the, I forgot what size motor this had. What is it? A 409, that's right. I took the stock intake off of it and put this big blower I bought. You can buy all these little accessories online. I put an MSD coil on it. This is supposed to be in there in this little jug thing. Whatever, I'll do that later. But I put the blower, the radiator, all this little stuff, the little gauge on the dash, and in the back, I put a fuel cell in it and 2 NOS bottles. Like, I did this one all up just to be kind of like a little fun project. And you can see like all the wires and stuff. Pretty neat. Again, this is just like when I was younger, how I would customize all these cars to make them special in my own way. Am I ruining the value on them? Probably. But when I was younger, I didn't care. You know what I mean? This was just to have fun and to, you know, show how I would want these cars myself, personalizing them. Okay, and last but not least, I know we already talked about this truck, but I just put it on here to show you. This truck I've had since like 2018. It was black. The paint was messed up. There's actually a video on my YouTube channel of me painting this and taping the front up. I painted the grille and the bumper and the wheels. And I went to AutoZone and got this, this is like an actual Dodge color code. And then I made sure to spray it with some gloss, like metallic flake kind of paint. It's not the prettiest job. Before, it just was a regular single cab long bed. And then I'm like, well, I'm kind of bored of it. And I already painted it, so I'm like, well, why don't I just cut it and extend it and stretch it to turn it into a tow truck. I thought that was pretty cool back then, and I did that. I never got around to painting the bed, which I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do it now because since I already got it out, this thing was, I mean, caked in dust, a layer of dust probably that thick, to be completely honest with you. And when I picked it up, I forgot, well, this was knocked off, one of the taillights that I put on, but when I went to pick it up, that happened. So I need to reglue it anyway. You can see where I cut the bed. And then this is for like to make it so it's not sunk in the middle. But again, I need to take this off and properly do this. I'm gonna paint it just black to kind of go with the bumpers and stuff. And I never got around to doing it. Just thought it was a cool little thing. I'm gonna paint it, like I said. Maybe in a year or two, I'll make another video on all these, and we'll get, you know, I'll show you how that all turned out. But yeah. So anyway, it works really good. Like when it was glued, you could put just about any car on here, and every car kind of fits. But I thought this was kind of cool to see this like that. But yeah, that's the goal with this. I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna probably do it now. I mean, not today, but like within the week, since the warmer weather's out, and I only have to paint this black. So anyway, one other thing, I know a long time ago I touched on collecting 1/24 scales. I try to just only collect the 118 since they're a little bit bigger, but I have this. I used to have this car as a kid. This model meaning, and I can't find it. I guess I must have misplaced it, but I bought another one. It was brand new in the box. You just can't find these little models anywhere. Plus it's obviously the wrong front end. This is like based off of a 95, but still cool to have. And then I picked up this little model here. It's an F-150. Check out the detail under this thing. Look at that. Very detailed. I mean, the front diff, everything is like detailed to a T on this. So I bought it just to have it. I thought it was cool. When I hit a junkyard, an antique mall, I scooped that one up because I thought, you know, like I said, it was a cool little find. I try and not collect these, but I have a few of these in like a bin in my closet. But anywho, that's pretty much it. I just want to make this little video as a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a in remembrance. I mean, I still have all the model cars. There's a few more that I want to buy, and plus, like I said, whenever I go to antique stores and stuff and I see a cool model just sitting there on the shelf and it's pretty cheap, I'll scoop it up like I did with this. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and thank you guys all for 1,500 subscribers. Probably by the time I upload this, we'll be there at 1,500, or we'll be very close. Oh wow, 1,500 subs, it's not a lot. Well, but still, this channel was never meant to get a whole bunch of subscribers, but I don't know. It means a lot to me because, like I said, I've been doing this since I was a little kid, and I just would upload just to upload for fun, never thinking it would get anywhere close to even 100 subscribers, but it's now touching 1,500 at the time of filming this. So thank you all for that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this little kind of old school video. With that being said, we'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.